Hello everyone, thanks for watching. This is discussion post number 7. I had a lot of fun with this one. This one was talking about looking at grants and foundations for grants and how one would go about getting a grant. I had a lot of fun looking at different ones here in America, specifically about Scotland. My family has a long history with Scotland, and we know that that's where my ancestors came from. We know that during the Jacobite Rebellion in 1745, that the clans in Scotland were completely destroyed, and many of them were exiled to England and other places of the world. My family believes that we were a part of that, and our genealogy seems to conclude with this. And so we have a long-standing tradition of knowing and appreciating Scottish culture. And so that was kind of my focus this week when looking at different grant foundations. The first one was the Reynolds Foundation, the R.S. Reynolds Foundation, and Reynolds was exactly what you think it is. Reynolds is the tinfoil guy, and his wife created the foundation in order to pursue her husband's continued belief in education and science and history and many other aspects of academia. And they present many grants every year, and so I looked into how one would go about that, and they require that you are a part of a 501(c) institution, that you are specifically looking at improving humanity's understanding of whatever aspect of academia it is. The second one, which was the one that I focused mostly on, was the Scottish Heritage of the United States of America. It was created in the 50s, and it was established in order to create a bridge between Scottish culture and American culture. Many Scots were immigrated to Canada and Australia, which is one of the reasons that I know that my family's from Scotland, because my grandparents are from Canada. They immigrated here. My grandfather did in the 60s. And so I find Scottish culture alluring, would be the word I would use. And the Scottish Foundation is similar to the Reynolds Foundation in the sense that they want you to be a part of a 501(c), and of course they focus on the ties between American and Scottish culture. I found it very interesting, and I've always wanted to do research onto my family's history with Scotland. And the final source that I have here is not a foundation, but it's more of a supporting source of the Scottish Foundation heritage, and that would be the Highland Scots of North Carolina. One of the interesting things about Scottish culture is that it has spread so vastly across many different countries, and that is one of the reasons that I believe this would be a really great proposal. My proposal specifically focuses on the exiled families out of 1745 into England. My family was not the only ones, and we believe, based on some evidence, that our family dropped our Scottish name and took up the name Marks. Marks only appears in Cornwall, England, and we know that our ancestors immigrated to Canada in the late 1800s from Cornwall. And so I wondered if other families had experienced the same thing, where they believed that in order to be successful in life, they dropped their Scottish name that associated them with the Jacobites in 1745 and other persecution from people who didn't like Scots. And we believe that may have been the reason. And so that was my proposal, is to look into seeing how many families could trace their lineage back to Scotland. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and appreciate you watching it. Thank you.